Welcome to today's video. Today is gonna be all about the details in the landscape that we're gonna photograph. But it's not about the small details, but today is all about the details further away into the landscape. And to do that, we need a big daily lens. Today I'm shooting with a Tamron 150 to 600 f5 to f6.3, and I'm shooting with this lens today because I told my story to Photo Joosten and I told them that my Tamron 70 to 300 is broken. So I said I'm looking for a replacement lens, but I want to test out a few lenses, and this is the first lens I got my hands on, and I've been playing with this lens a little bit at home. And now shooting the first images here today, and I'm really loving this lens because the focal length is so amazing. So the first image that I shot with this lens, vertically, a little birch tree, and I shot it at f6, 60th of a second at ISO 320, because with a focal length like this, the slightest wind to the lens or a little shake, you're gonna see it because the focal length is so long. So I bumped up my ISO a little bit to bump up my shutter speed a little bit. I've just moved 5 meters or 10 meters. I told you we're gonna shoot the bigger pictures in the landscape and not the smaller things, but I'm shooting some purple heather here right now. And I'm at 600 millimeters, so I'm just testing out what this lens can do. I'm like, I think 10, 12 meters away from the purple heather. And just looking onto the back of the screen with the 600 millimeters, the compression in this image is so big. It's like you're shooting with a f2.8 or something. I shot it at 6.3. That's the lowest I can go at 600 millimeters. And the detail in this image it's amazing. Today not all the images are gonna make sense. I'm just trying this lens out, what it can do, how far can I go with it. What I'm doing right now is I'm shooting the sun through the tree to see if I can shoot a sunburst with this lens. So I'm gonna put my f number at f22, because from 16 to f22 and above we're gonna get some sunburst. And for some reason I'm always shooting sunburst at f22. I've bumped my eyes up to 640 at the shutter speed at 50th of a second, because I had to bump up my shutter speed a little bit because I'm shooting against the light, and the tree was really dark. So I bumped up my ISO to open up the shadows a little bit of this tree. And now the image looks very soft on the back of the screen. And we got 2 little sunbursts going through that tree. So the composition that I made right now is a part of the tree, because with this lens I'm still at 150 millimeters. I'm still way too close to this tree. But I wanted to test it out if I can shoot sunbursts with this lens. And it can. So this image, 2 sunbursts, f22, 640 ISO at 50th of a second. When I've picked up this lens in the shop, Caitlin Joosten told me this lens has a few options. I was like, a lens with some options? I never had that before. A normal thing, autofocus, manual focus button. Here on the top you have a knob, focusing depth of field mode. You can put it at focusing on every point that you want, but you can also put it at behind 10 meters, only the focusing, if you understand what I mean. So 10 meters in front of, I guess, the focal length, what you're seeing in your screen, 10 meters, therefore you cannot focus in that part, but you can also put it at 2 meters 20 till 10 meters. So it only is going to focus in that part of the lens. I know this lens is more made for wildlife photography or sports photography, so I guess when you can play around with that knob, you can get your focus faster in than normal. Underneath the autofocus manual focus button, you got two other buttons. You got VC on or VC off. It's a stabilizing effect in your lens. I also told Kathleen that I'm always shooting on a tripod. So she told me you can put the VC mode off because it's a lens correction mode. So I'm not gonna need it. That's really for sport photography and wildlife photography. When you're shooting out of hand, I guess you're gonna need that VC mode. On to the next composition. I came across to our next composition and I'm shooting here in the landscape a birch tree that is getting lit by the sun. I'm shooting this vertically at 600 millimeters. I was using autofocus on this birch tree. I got the feeling that my picture was a little bit out of focus. So I don't know if it was maybe with the shakiness of the lens at the 600 millimeters, but I put it in manual mode and focused manually. And now this image is sharp. I shot this at ISO 640, 250th of a second at f6.3, the minimum f number at this focal length. I already know what was wrong with the picture that was a little bit out of focus. It was because the VC mode was on. This button, that means it corrects the shakiness in the lens, but because I'm using a tripod, it also tries to correct something, but it's not really shaking. So that's why there was a little bit of shakiness in the picture, a little bit out of focus because of that button. I want to thank Foto Joosten in Kalmthout in Belgium for giving me this opportunity to shoot with this lens. I just told them my story and they were like, okay, we want to help you with creating the videos that you want with the lenses that you want to test, and help me search for the lens that I need in my backpack for the next years to come. A link to the website, go check them out. They are a family business. It's their 50th anniversary this year. And because they're celebrating their 5th anniversary, they're doing a photo competition, but it's only for Belgian people. But I will link it down below. If you're from Belgium, go check it out. Maybe you can win something. And because they're a small family business, they still have time to talk to you, answer all your questions. They are super nice people. Foto Joosten is the place to be. And also if you maybe work with some older gear, like double 8 spools, digital 8, VHS, VHSC, Betacam and so on. So they can help you with everything. So go check them out, link down below. Also for the photo competition if you're from Belgium. Is this lens going to be onto my I want to buy this list? No, it's not. The weight and the size of this lens is too much for a landscape photographer. It weighs 2 kilos. Just carried it around for a few hours now and it's way too much. I really love it. Awesome lens. If you're into wildlife photography or sports photography, this is the lens to go. Super fast autofocus. I'm gonna put it back into my backpack and I'm going to bring it back to the store. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. For the people that are interested in this lens, I hope you had something about this. I had super fun shooting this lens. That's it. Thank you. Bye bye. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.